everybody, so after a 1.5-hour bus ride, we are now suddenly in Valetta, and we're going to be recording some waterfalls and just people walking around. It's going to be really awesome.
Walking around in Valetta was pretty interesting. The city's buzzing and it's a really nice place to be around. I picked up my phone, just held it in my hand as I was walking through the city, and I got all these Walla recordings. Nice city ambiances in Walla that I can use for a lot of things. Like in the Hitman Sapienza level, this could have easily been one of the cafes. Or it could have used it for just general ambience in a city or give a city-like vibe whenever we are in certain places. Have in mind that this is what I would call a secondary sound. A sound that would be underneath everything or in the very background as a 2D layer that would cover everything up and mask all my 3D locators placed around the city to give an overall soundscape a better feel. Recordings like these require a lot of treatment afterwards, especially because the phone is very, very sensitive to everything around you, almost like an omnidirectional characteristic. It records everything, so everything from hums, cars in the background, and a lot of other things are all in the recording, meaning that you already have a lot of noise. This is what makes these recordings also very interesting, because you can then edit them and cut out the parts that you do not need, and then you can use these sounds as a layer in a bigger soundscape that you're creating with something else. I call this Lego material. It's basically part of the building blocks that I need to create a bigger soundscape. The Lego production method is something that I quite often use when I create sounds. Usually I have an idea of how I want something to sound. Like in this case where we've recorded a lot of Walla, maybe I know how I want it to sound in the end because I think in production layers before I even think of the final product. So what I want to do is that I want to create these Lego blocks so that I go through every bit of asset that I have recorded. Like in this case the Walla, could also be guns or any kind of interaction sound, and I create what I know I will be needing for the final product. So I go through all these files and then I pick out whatever I want. I create a folder that I copy everything to, and then from there I copy all those things into a project and then I build what I need from there. The method is really useful to me because usually creating the smaller parts and the building and the Lego blocks first makes a lot of sense to me, because I know that, let's say if it's a gun, I want the specific click sound of something. Then I create a bunch of click sounds. I create a bunch of whatever loading sounds and recoil sounds and so on, and then I put it all together in the end. I think in parts. When I do think of the final product, but I think of parts when I'm about to build it. So in this case with the Walla, I already have an idea of what I can use these for as building blocks. I don't necessarily think these are good enough to be used as an entire 2D soundscape that we could use for an entire level, but they're definitely good enough to be cut up and used as tiny bits around, or maybe as a background 2D layer that can mask the switching between whatever 3D sound that I might put in to a soundscape as well when you're moving around a city. If you want to know more about the Lego production methods, just say in the comments and I'll talk about it. It's something that I've been using for many years. I have thousands of folders with the doors in Hitman, like just one folder called Doors Lego, and hundreds of click sounds of touching knobs, opening doors, squeaks, and so on. Footsteps Lego, hundreds of tiny click sounds and boots, leather things, and so on that I've recorded. And eventually it all comes to life when I put it together. But thinking in blocks to begin with is really useful to me. That's it for this video today. I hope you really enjoyed it. This is part 5. We've recorded a lot of Walla in the city of Valetta in Malta. It's been great. It was great there. We were only there for a couple of hours and then I recorded all this material. And it's totally enough and good enough to be used as Lego material or building blocks or other kinds of supporting sounds in an actual final product. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Thank you for watching Cujo Sound. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Or support me at patreon.com/Cujo Sound, where you for as little as $1 a month can help me sustain this channel. Thank you very much.